The Tulsa State Fair is up and running. You know, the State Fair's been a tradition in Tulsa since the 1930s. Jack Frank with TulsaFilms.com has scoured his archives to find some old clips from back in the day. Good morning.
This is going to be fun.
I love this segment. I look forward to this segment. I was actually supposed to be off today, and I said, no,
look at you.
Jack is going to be in. I really do. I look forward to some of these clips because it's a history that maybe young people have never thought about, and for those of us who live back that, well, maybe not that far back, right? Hopefully not.
There might be some viewers that lived back then.
The State Fair is, though, a big deal. A lot of people come from all over to be a part of this.
And it used to be a bigger agricultural event because Tulsa was more agricultural back then, and you'll see that in these films with all the livestock and the farm equipment and all that.
Yeah, it was an opportunity for people who worked all year to raise their animals, to take them to the fair, to show off, to get that blue ribbon, whatever they were.
That was a big deal, right?
It was.
Blue
well,
ribbon.
It still is for a lot of folks, but we have a little bit faster paced life now.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, let's get to that video, and we're going to walk through you because this is really old stuff.
And you know what I like about these is look at the background too, is it gives you a sense of what the fairgrounds looked like, or what 21st and Yale looked like, and you see some of the old arenas and ballparks and kids in their FFA jackets. This would have been, I think, back in the, we don't know if this is spring or fall, Tulsa used to have two fairs. One in the spring, and that was called the Tulsa Spring Livestock Event, and then they had the Tulsa Fair in the fall, and then in the 1950s, they combined them into the one fair that we have now. But I guess these are children out test driving the farm equipment.
Isn't that something? Well, and when I saw this part here, I thought, you know, they're coming to town to see what they're going to buy maybe for the new year.
Exactly.
To see the merchandise, if you will.
That building, by the way, was called the, what was it called? The Merchant Exhibit and Grandstand, and it's since burned down, but it was a big architectural wonder in Tulsa.
Isn't that something? Animals were obviously top of mind. I know we have, and we still continue that with a lot of the special shows that come to Tulsa.
And the livestock part of the fair is still a major part of the fair, even though the fair has grown into other areas. But this type of thing is what the fair was originally designed for. Well, and of course the Midway, and it's so fun to see some of the rides, because I remember riding a ride just like that. That was you on there. I saw you. Or was this you in the...
No, I never square danced, only in elementary, but yes.
But this is probably from the 60s or 70s, and you can see how fun the fairs were. They were a big deal, as they are today. They've always been a big part of Tulsa, and it's fun that we still have these films to look back and see the fairgrounds in an earlier stage.
Yeah, I love the Midway. A lot of people spend a lot of money now to ride the rides and be a part of that.
Absolutely. And I think you mentioned the Swiss Sky Ride. That went in 1966. These are Charolais cattle, and 1966 was the first time they had those at the fair.
Really?
Yeah, I just learned that putting the film together, that they didn't have Charolais up until, and here's the first year for the Sky Ride.
I missed that. I thought it was such a cool, and in just a minute we'll see a different approach from it, because for a photographer it was a great way to get the Midway shot and kind of establish what the whole thing
didn't have to walk.
Like. Yeah, that's right. Well, you could start on one end of the Midway and then work your way over through and then ride the Sky Ride back.
That ride was called the Calypso, and 1966 was the first year for that too.
It is so fun. It's so fun. Well, I have to tell you, I have some archive footage from 1984 I could probably let you look at.
That's going way back.
Way back. This is my first live shot in Tulsa television from the Tulsa State Fair. Take a look.
Despite the chilly temperatures, though, there are some fairgoers that just wouldn't miss the first day of the Tulsa State Fair. Despite the weather, there's been a lot of activity going on out here today. It was a slow start as the Tulsa State Fair officially opened this morning at 10. Only a few fair enthusiasts braved the cool morning temperatures on the Midway. Last-minute safety inspections held up some of the ride operations, but by midday, it was a different story. Fairgoers began venturing out to enjoy the sights and sounds of the fair.
Well, I think it's really great. There's a lot of rides and everything. They're fast, like the Zingo. I just love it.
I love to see the exhibits and look at the stock.
We're
coming back. We haven't been through everything, but we're going to come back and look at everything around, all the exhibits.
This year's activities range from acres of exhibits to dozens of food stands. Then there are games, folks trying their skills to win a variety of prizes. The county sheriff's department shut down one of the Midway games and requested modifications in another because luck, not skill, was required to win. Of course, the fair wouldn't be complete without rides. You can find the traditional mechanical rides all the way to some a little more primitive. They're all part of this year's fair.
So now you've seen back in the day.
That was your very first live shot.
live shot at the fair. Yeah.
And you haven't changed a bit.
Just a little bit. That
was good.
That's almost 40 years ago. It's 39 years ago this month. Can you believe that?
Good job.
Wow, thank you. I don't know. Your video's way back for that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That stuff brings back memories for people, and that's what I love about it.
I do too. And we want to let folks know you still do your videos. They make them available on a DVD.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
TulsaFilms.com. You can buy the DVDs.
Yeah.
25 off is a code that you can use.
To get the discount.
To get a discount.
25
Thank
off.
you.
My son loved, I was going through a bunch of the DVDs, and now,
Throwing them out?
No, I was not throwing. Come on. The thing is though, a lot of people don't have DVD players, but a lot of the young folks have the gaming systems, and they can watch them there.
There you go.
So see, it's what is old is new again.
Absolutely.
All right, great to see you, Jack. We'll
Good
catch
to
you
see
next
you.
month.
Thank you.
Yeah.